Welcome everyone to our live stream here on lichess and Twitch. I'm International Master William Pascal. This is Pawnda. He's looking particularly attentive today. So we're hosting the Pawnda Blitz, our weekly team, Pawnda and Horses Club team tournament every week on Tuesdays. It's every week 6:45 Central European summertime. Welcome to the oven version this week. My phone says it's 95, feels like 95 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels even hotter than that in here. 92 with 95 degree humidity feel. Very hot in my office. But I'm here streaming no matter what, you guys. Alright, we've got quite a few players registered already. Starting in 11 minutes. I don't do well with the heat, Mr. Coffee. 2406, I'm high rated, damn. 2406, Aldisto's in, Oms is in, Como Kid, Vichy the player, Yevgeny, Dinekis, a new player here from Brazil, LPFJ. Thanks for joining the team. Yanniker, also a new player from what is now known as Czechia. Asterbate, we've got 10 players and I'm sure there'll be more. I sent a reminder yesterday on Twitch, no, yesterday on lichess and today on Twitch. So hopefully we'll have more players. Yeah, I talked about getting an AC unit, but it just doesn't seem worth it now. For like one more month of summer. The investment. I've got red wine, rosé wine, water, hot coffee, perfect for the stream. We're fully hydrated, but it's definitely not cool. It was much more pleasant like 3 hours ago. Afternoons here, we get a really strong sun on the building, so. Alright guys, welcome to the team. If you want, you can join our team, Pawnda and Horses Club. You have to send a message. Let me drop the link to the club. Mr. Coffee, good to have you with us at work. Working from home is a good thing. Do you work for Google, Mr. Coffee, by any chance? All Google workers can now be working from home. Alright. So, Pawnda Swiss Blitz 6, here we go. Starting in 9 minutes, we've got 4 Masters, a couple of 2100s, 4 others. It's good we have 10 players. We need at least 9 or 10. It's a 9-round event, Swiss tournament. So the rounds all start at the same time. It's not like an arena. I've been very happy with these. The arenas are more random and kind of crazy. So we all play at the same time. No berserking. What's up? What's new? So we also will have another streamer battle this Sunday. The news with the streamer battle is that from the next one on Sunday, at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, we're going to have 20, they want 20 players to count. So I'm not sure how many players we had last time, but it's going to get kind of tight if we have 20 players required to count for the tournament. Keep upping the ante on us, on our small but strong club. Last time we finished 6th, still it was a good result. Guys, Pawnda Swiss Blitz, number 6th edition. Pawnda's here with me. What's the news in the Legends of Chess? It's kind of arrogant to call your own tournament the Legends of Chess, Magnus, but whatever. I'm just kind of bored with that. I wonder when the World Championship will get resumed. If and when, ever. The candidates. The World Championship Candidates Tournament. Has anybody heard anything, any news about that? It's kind of weird drinking coffee with rosé wine. I just had the sensation. But it's so hot that I had to chase my coffee with some wine. There's always some excuse for drinking alcohol here on the stream. I gotta keep cool. I needed to keep cool. So the time control is 5+3 Blitz, casual. This is like my favorite streaming time control. If you ever encounter me off stream and you want to challenge me to a game, I don't mind playing. I prefer playing without increment, actually. But 5-0 is my preferred time control. Astrobait, welcome to the stream. Again, welcome to everybody. Aldisto, Oms, Como Kid, Bishi the Player, Yevgeny Viktorovich, Mr. Slowhand Grind, Dinekis, LP, and Yanniker. We've got 11 now. Astrobait rounding it out. Alright, team battle on Sunday. Another announcement. Next week, no stream Monday through Friday. I'm going away for 5 days for a little vacation from Budapest. I live in Budapest, Hungary. If you guys don't know. Just going for a few days out of town. And then we'll resume the stream from next Sunday. Next week's streamer battle. And Sunday simul. So we're only missing 5 streams Monday through Friday of next week. So what else is up? Oh, Thursday. So tomorrow, Weird Wednesday, it's a morning stream. I'm playing Unusual Openings at 11 a.m. CEST. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays I stream at 11 a.m. Central European Summertime. But Thursday, our stream is a game analysis subscriber stream. So I've got only 3 submissions from Princess, Ubatis, and Mr. Slow. There should be some more time. Move 11, that means you. Have we read the tournament quote? You must like it. I liked it too. So only 3 submissions thus far for Thursday night stream. You guys are welcome to submit a game. If you're a subscriber to my stream on lichess, it's not enough to be a member of the Pawn and Horses Club. You have to be a subscriber to the stream on Twitch, is what I'm saying. So this is Bent Larson, who I only had the pleasure of meeting indirectly in the Canary Islands in 1999. Maybe it was 2000. I can't remember what year it was. But I only met him in real life once. Chess is my profession. I am my own boss. I am free. I like literature and music, classical especially. I am in fact quite normal. I have a bohemian profession without being myself a bohemian. I am neither a conformist nor a great revolutionary. What am I? Who am I? It's a little like a Jeopardy question if you don't know the answer. Chess is my profession. I think it's kind of romantic and cool. So he has a bohemian profession without myself being a bohemian. Alright, guys. That's one of the better, more interesting, let's say. I don't know how constructive it is, but it's one of the more interesting quotes for lichess tournaments, definitely. 3 minutes to start. The pairings are Swiss system, so it's top half, bottom half. It's not like I hate arenas where the strong players play the strong and the weak players play the weak in the first round or whatever. It's much more interesting when it's gradually building up. I don't like playing the other strongest players in the first round of tournaments. Good vibes today. Very positive. Just except for the extreme heat. I don't really dig 90 plus temperatures. Schieberspieler's not here, so we have a chance. Well, I knocked him off in the previous week, right? He dominated the Rapid tournament. But the one before that, I have to say, I took him out and won the tournament, so he's not unbeatable. But Schieberspieler earning his FIDE Master title unofficially. He should cross the 2300 barrier from his tournament last week. I don't know why he's not here. Maybe he's playing another tournament. He didn't say about that. You took 1 draw out of 3 games. It's amazing you got that. I mean, he beats almost everyone. He's got a plus score against me. He's got a plus score against everyone. I think he's much stronger than He's much stronger than even 2300. He's probably more like 2350, 2375 FIDE. He's still underrated. He's almost IM strength. I mean, he's stronger than a lot of old, out of shape IMs. But he has a really clean style. Well trained. So, we're starting in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Astrobate, to find the right plan is just as hard as looking for its sound justification. It's kind of a mind bender. I never look for justifications of my plans. The justification finds the plan. I don't need to justify my plans. An interesting quote. So lots of strong players, guys, as usual. Welcome to the tournament. Hopefully we'll get a bunch more players. We got 13 so far. We're just starting. Okay, so someone else joined. Troll and a Roll is here, and Tony's here. So the average rating is quite high. I wish you could like click on the tournament and see automatic readout of like what the average stats are. Someone left. Who dares to leave the tournament? This is pretty much like our team for the streamer battle, except for DK Guy being available more on weekends. But he might show up. He's probably mowing the lawn. Mr. Stein, your rating doesn't count. You are underrated, I think, a little bit. I found you be especially stronger in King's Indian. Finished my coffee. Zen mode? There would be no secrets if I did it in Zen mode. At least I didn't get white. Xerox is not here. I haven't... Sure, I'm not sure he was here. Maybe he's on vacation. I got 4 team requests, Mr. Coffee. If I get the requests and you don't get them, right? Mr. Slow is playing everything. He's playing the English. Next thing you know, there's E4. I want to get to these team requests. Got a team request. I really only ask that everybody has an established rating, and I'll accept you. There was one guy I declined earlier today because he didn't have any games. He was like brand new. See, this is a fairly new account. I'm not going to accept if you don't have 100 games. Same rules as, and you can come back and I'll accept you once you have 100 games. But they don't have 100 games. This one's like barely if you count Bullet. Praying Mantis from the Simul. I let that one slide. It had 100 games if you, just about 100 games if you added in Bullet. Alright, let me close this. Returning to game. I sacrificed a lot of time here. I didn't mean to give up that much time. Alright. We sacrificed too much time. Didn't think I forgot I was playing. Well, we gave a little bit of timeout. 1 minute timeout. Mr. Sline's a bit strong for the 1 minute timeout. But at least it's an opening line that I know. And Tony, I'm also not very fresh myself. Worked all day. I recommend a good Italian coffee. Nice, strong espresso. Mr. Sohan, thank you for the donation of 500 bits. His rating doesn't count. 500 bits, your rating doesn't count. Absolutely. He's giving me the time back. Mr. Coffee, you're not Italian, are you? Though half the people from the Philadelphia area are. You're not really in the Philadelphia area, but where I came from, everyone was Italian. Now, knight d2 is an unusual move. Rocky. Actually, the Germans came before the Italians. In that area, the immigration. Even in South Jersey. There was a lot of... I come from New Jersey originally, southern New Jersey near Philadelphia. Mr. Coffee lives in Pennsylvania. It's not that far. First, there was a lot of German immigrants, and then Italians later. In my region, where I came from. Pennsylvania Dutch country. Alright. C3, knight f6. Keeping the tension. So knight on bd2 is a very unusual move. The normal plan here for white is to bust the center. d3. I guess d3 is a mistake. Who played that against me? Miles played, I think, d3 or h3 against me. Now I can't even remember. The only game I ever beat him. The Amish do good landscaping work. What I need is a landscaper. I would prefer Amish landscapers because I hate like loud commercial engines and mowers. So we need a like nice natural landscaping outfit. But it's not going to help me much here in Hungary. No need for landscapers here. Alright, Mr. Sohan playing a system, I guess he doesn't really know. I'm trying to keep the tension because I have the bishop pair, and I don't want this bishop pair to get shut down in a closed structure. If I played something like bishop a6, I would get sidetracked by c4 probably. It's a nice diagonal, but I wouldn't want to live there. But judging by his time use and his moves, I feel like Mr. Sohan's like attempting to play something like not his normal system. I've never seen this from him before. Troll and Roll, you actually speak Spanish? Where are you getting this stuff from? Those aren't new requests to join the team, are they? No, we got one current request. By placing his queen on e2, he cut himself off from this access to the white squares. It's funny, like he's renewing that idea now. So there are tactics with queen c4. Knight g5. Don't give him any hints. You're probably talking about a different game. So pawn e4, knight e4, knight e4, bishop f5, queen c6, and then e4. Interesting option. I don't see a reason not to make this preliminary exchange here. Clarify that. Get rid of that double pawn. He has some strange continuations like queen c4. Now I was thinking I'm probably gonna take. We're probably gonna take, play bishop f5, sacrifice the c6 pawn, then play e4, kick him back, way back. Then knight d2. Then something like d5. And what do we got? We got a pawn. We got a pawn down. Do I have to sacrifice a pawn? There are other ways to do it. It feels weird to take on e4 because it brings his knight in the game. But I don't have much choice. I have to do something. Now what if I take on d4 here? What of it? Takes, knight takes just improves his knight. Came up with an unusual plan at the last minute. I'm gonna sacrifice a pawn. Mr. Material. I don't know. Wild card, bishop. Pick a square. Any square. Fluid bishops. Damn it. Sees everything. He missed a really strong move in f4 there. Whoa. I even pre-moved. It's a hell of a 1900. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was a good battle. I think you were even better at some point. Probably. It was very hard to decide how to play that position when I played like Queen E8. Alright, probably the longest game of this round. Yep. Tough battle, thanks for the game, Mr. Slow. Very tough game until the end. The rook ending was difficult for white. But I thought the key moment was when you failed to play f4 to defect. Protect your knight on g5. After that, you might even be better. It would have seriously shut down my counterplay on the f file. But anyway, good battle. Alright, Troll in a Roll, also victorious. Como Kid didn't show up. Yeah, that's a possible programming thing we could... I can't get any new players in the tournament, but we can accept them. Lud. Alright. Time to start. Yevgeny already. We're getting some pretty solid players here in round 2. Yevgeny already. Yevgeny Bariev from the same country. Born and raised in Canada. D4, E6. So, right. Got you a buy. I'm gonna get me a beer. Queen's Indian. Miles attack. I never really studied this properly. I've played it a couple times. I beat one of Yevgeny's countrymen. I am Thomas Roussel Rusman with this. Bishop A6. Yeah, that's, I think, not appropriate. Inappropriate. In this variation, although I've seen other people do that, it's probably not great here. But why? I could just play A3. A3. Bishop D2, Knight D2. That's kind of funny. And then what? D5? Huh. I feel like I should play E3. And then what I do? He's got D5. E3, C5. That's the real question. E3, C5, A3. Bishop takes D2. Queen D2. Or just A3 straight up. I just lost a minute thinking about this. I had a game against somebody a long time ago with Bishop A6, but I've never seen it on a serious level. Maybe it's not that bad. Queen takes. Just sacrifice a pawn. I sound like Marge's sister sometimes. My throat. Knight takes D2. Congratulations on the buy, Astrobate. Young Kwan. Hey, what's up? Welcome to my stream. Welcome to our stream. Pawnda, myself, and all of our friends. We're hosting a Blitz tournament here on lichess and Twitch. I'm International Master William Pascal. I specialize in chess-tertainment. Educational chess entertainment. Now, I'm beginning to wonder about this. Lots of interesting questions. There's certain similarities to the classical Nimzo. structural Y of fiction. I guess I could take and play b4 now. There's a really interesting idea. Spectacular Camel, you're filling Bob's shoes rather well, I might say. Hope you're feeling better. Know you're a little bit put off today. Welcome to the tournament. Strong tournament. Sans Schieberspieler, our honorary team captain. Alright, so bishop d6 is an idea, but I think that black has queen b6 there. So it's always a good idea to try to prevent the opponent from castling if it's possible. It's just not going to work here. I mean, unless it works. Look at that. Bishop d6, queen b6, knight b3, knight e4, and black wins the battle. Okay, so I was thinking just e3. No, I was thinking b4. I mean, seriously, b4 is nice, but maybe we ought to, like, develop a little bit before it's too late. What would Erdos Victor do? We hope for the two bishops. I guess I could have played bishop c5. I mean, bishop d6. I could have played bishop d6 there. It feels very materialistic, but a pawn is a pawn. Probably I should have gone for it. Pawn is a pawn is a pawn. Now the bishop pair is a slight advantage for white in this position. And you could argue that I have a better pawn structure, perhaps. You can argue, but that doesn't mean you're right. Tricky, tricky. Yevgeny, tricky guy. What am I going to do? I'm glad I played a3. I mean, I'm almost close to getting blown out on e5, bishop g5, e4. White is in trouble, but, big but. White is in trouble. How does this work? Well, it could get interesting. It could get interesting, but he might overextend himself. e5, bishop g5, e4, bishop e2. Is black overextended at the end of the day? The million-dollar question there. I missed something rather important. After e5, I thought I had cd, but he plays bishop takes d3, queen d3, and takes an f4, and I'm pinned. So I would lose a piece in the line I wanted to play. That's awkward. Instead of queen c2, well, I don't know what to suggest. I mean, I have a lot of moves. Mr. Slowhand Grind. Business versus freedom. That's one way to put it. Why do people use lichess instead of chess.com? It's not benefiting some private rich guy. It's like using Mozilla instead of Google. But there's a lot of reasons. Rookman, welcome. Yevgeny's playing a good Nimzo here. It's only that it's not the Nimzo that's weird. I really have to stop this looking like I'm playing the London system. It's not the London system. Wow. Commitment. Commitment Schmidtman. What are we going to do? B4? No. I guess we'll stick to the plan. I almost hung a bishop. Those bishops are nasty. B4. Damn, dude. Radiation. Radiation levels increasing. The influence. Okay, he's still got some chances here. Do not overestimate yourself. Queenside majority, winning in a vacuum. Interesting defense. An interesting defense, sir. Nice move. Originally I was going to play for f4, but I have to keep my rook on a file for a file tactical concepts. Still I have bishop h6. He's got a tactic there? What is that? Damn, dude, look at that f-pawn. Wow. I regret that last move. KG. I'm not sure if you had anything there. I thought you had e4 for one moment. I think I let you play e4 as pawn sack, and then f3 maybe. Another battle similar to the first game. Not really clearly dominating for me. Sort of hesitant. Okay, there's still some ongoing games. Vishy the player. DK guys here. Time scramble. White's down a piece. Speaking of knight g5, referenced earlier, you can't be too careful. Vichy. Doing our best to keep it complicated down a piece. This could get ugly. Careful you're not playing acerbate here. Well, it's a good thing. Alright. Any games remaining? No, that was it. See, that's why you shouldn't have a full-time job. Alright. I feel like that right now. So, DK Guy had Perpetual. Obviously, he's probably winning somehow, but it's hard to see exactly how you're going to win. At the end, if he plays a check on A1, and then plays the same, like Queen A1 check, King H2, Queen E5 check, Queen takes Queen, Pawn takes Queen, Pawn takes Bishop, and then like D4? Does he have a winning King and Pawn in game? With some sort of protected pass pawn? What was the queenside pawn situation? Budget guy. You have to join the team. To join the club. To join the tournament. Did DK Guy have a winning king and pawn game, or what was going on? If he checks first on A1, then plays Queen E5, then trades queens, takes back, takes the bishop. Maybe Mr. Coffee got your request. I haven't seen one yet. Now we got another really tough opponent. Dinekis is brutal. Very solid. Man, I don't know. Alright, what are we going to do with that F3 classical Sicilian? Not deal with it. I can't remember what he plays here. We got no requests yet. Unless you're already in, budget guy. If you mean you like requested before, prior to today, are you in the team or not? I'm on a 2 glasses of wine a day limit. Maybe. My days of drinking 3 bottles of wine a day are over. Castles. We never did 3 too much. Not good for your health. Bishop E3, Rook E8. 1's easy. 2's advanced. 3's unhealthy. So I had this game with this guy Tomo from Croatia the other day in the 3-0 arena. He played F3, and it turns out he knew a lot more than I did about this line. I've never played this in an over-the-board game, but it's all the rage in the top levels. Dubov lost to Hikaru a couple months ago, but misplayed it. So F4 was what Tomo played against me. It seems to be the best move. I had faced this before. Queen D2 is the more natural sort of move. Inherently logical. Also fine. I'm not sure whether you need to make this exchange here on C6. Black center is very, very solid. So I played this type of structure many times, not exactly this position. It's interesting. So what do we do now? I don't know. I feel like I have to stay active. This is an immediate mistake? No. I'd like to play c5 one way or another. Very hard to get at him. Get it b2. That bishop on b3 is such a good defender. This type of structure. There's no way I can play a5, a4. If I play a5, for example, he can blockade the queenside with knight a4 very easily. I wouldn't mind trading queens and playing an endgame because I have a superior pawn structure. This is already very likely a serious mistake by Dinekis. Perhaps not. I mean, I could consider taking with the e-pawn too. No, I mean, that seems right. He's trading a relatively healthy pawn on e4 for this lame pawn on c6, and it just opens up file for me. I think you're improving my position with that move unnecessarily. Do you know any openings I should learn as a beginner? The Spanish, probably. If you play e4 or e4, e5 with black. The most important, I would say. It's kind of a weird move, bishop e7, because my bishop's so obstructed by my own pawn. But I'm trying to support e5. It also clears the rooks. Bishop a6 is pretty, but it doesn't do anything. Might even be better, you know, to play like bishop d7 objectively than bishop a6. So he's blockading. He's blockading the e5 square. I'm nervous about that queen being vulnerable to tactics after like king b1. He'll have threats of knight d5 and stuff. So this move isn't that great objectively. I can unleash the a pawn now. Maybe bishop c6 and a5, a4. I missed this. Simple move. That's stupid. I expected everything else. H4, F4. Didn't see this. Now he's nearly winning. Unbelievable. Wow. Such a Nimzovician positional approach by White. I think of Dinekis more as like an attacking player. But he's not really attacking. He's sort of centralizing and blockading my center. My center is strong. His control of the center and the Nimzovician control of these squares obviously very, very vital. Taking away F5, an advanced concept. Wow. So I might be okay. Maybe I'm okay now. Knight is restricted. Knight needs to get into game. Unbelievable positional game by White. It's like you're playing Nimzovich himself. His rating is irrelevant. He's not 1700. But I'm going to change my plan here. I got a request, but Budget Guy's going to have to wait till my game is over. Yeah, it's not a good idea to play on V-Day online, I assume. Wouldn't be my choice. It's like a title player. playing white. It's unbelievable. $1,700. That's interesting. I'll be lucky to draw here. But not just strong, but quick too. No, he's actually screwed it up. Just kind of getting nervous and time pressure. I was close to lost. I don't know if I was lost or not, but I was close. Now we're probably winning. Man, I don't know. I mean, that rook in game, like, I'm not down a pawn. But I'm really close to loss with white's queenside majority. It's shocking that the computer says it was equal here. I thought I'm clearly worse. That's unbelievable. I thought I'm clearly worse here. So it's interesting that the engine wants to take with the pawn. Wow. I thought I'm frankly close to losing here, but the computer's not so pessimistic. I'm not sure the computer understands the endgame that well. But apparently I wasn't lost. I felt I was worse. Alright, budget guy is accepted into the team. Perhaps I misjudged the position. I was too pessimistic, but I was certainly not better previous game. Very lucky, you know, to hold. What was a worse position? I couldn't find a plan. You know, after you played knight takes knight, I played queen a5, then blundered queen c7, you played bishop e5. I just lost the tempo. I don't know what black's plan is supposed to be there. This variation is getting tough. Every time I play it, I'm running into trouble. Every different variation. I'm never really getting a good game with that. Maybe rook e8 is just not a great line. Doesn't really do a lot. I think it was interesting at first because it was a new idea, but its true value doesn't seem to be that high. Its only value is inherently its newness and unknownness. Edward Elric. Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Thanks for supporting the stream, guys. We've had bit donations from WJ Loof 1000, Mr. Slowhand with 500 this week. We're going to be back tomorrow, Wednesday morning, with Blitz and Rapid Chess. Thank God the Schieberspieler's not here today. Give us all a chance. Oh, I forgot you play the French. Oh no. Oh no. I hate the French, man. I'm going to revert to this garbage system. Now, I forget what we had the other time. You know, we played this before. The exchange variation, gross. Yeah, that's what BB Chess plays. Whew. The bane of the French defense player. Boring. Yeah, I'm sure there's some value to playing that. It's like playing the London system. It's ultra boring. People hate playing against it. Mr. Coffee loves facing the exchange variation, for example. If you want to make your opponent sick, you know, the exchange variation. There was a famous incident where I don't remember who he was playing. I think Mikhail Gurevich. But Short famously lost with white playing the exchange variation. He needed like a draw or something, so he played the exchange variation with white and lost. I believe. Does that seem right? Funny because Short plays the French for black. So now the story is starting to sound kind of weird to me, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I don't remember who. I thought it was Gurevich he was playing against. But Short upsetting, when Gurevich upsetting Short with black. Can't remember. Bing! Toast is ready. Alright. Do not send me perverted messages on the phone, please. Friends. In the middle of my stream. Or ever. So, we gotta turn the sound off on the phone so we don't get that kind of garbage. This is like the Kopeck system of the French defense. I think I played this against Fischer the player at least once already. How many times can you play this before the opponent figures out how to play with black? Pretty sure we had a previous game where I went bishop e2. But I try to delay bishop e2. It's not always good there. Like if he's going to play d4, I probably don't want my bishop on b2 necessarily. Black has so many choices. You can do anything. Push, take, keep the tension, whatever. I have a good score with Blitz in this. I used to play it endlessly against people in 5 minutes. It's just like non-theoretical. The French players implode because they have too many choices. They can do anything. But I could see, what about Bob? Bob's not here, I hope. Out there lurking. Oh, Bob. You mean on my phone? No. Different pervert. Fortunately, Bob is only a virtual pervert for me. He's not involved in my everyday real life. Yeah, that's fortunate he doesn't know my number. He had my mom's number. He did detective services. But that's been shut off now. Bob no longer has my number. Bishop e7. Yes, good move. Strong point. e4. And now what? If I push to e5, oftentimes my pawn gets kind of overextended. So I don't really like doing that. It's a strange way to set up a double fianchetto formation for white, but at least we gain time on the clock. But I'm telling you, people, this system is sort of crappy for white. So don't play this if you want to play a real opening. We had virtually the same game before. Basically playing the Owen defense. I wonder if I had a better move there. Probably did. Possibly, certainly. I don't like to discuss my games too much when it's like a tournament, as I do during the regular stream. But now he's I thought I could have played bishop e5 last move. Now I can say I could have played bishop e5, allowing knight takes e4 because after bishop c6 I can take on e5. I have discoveries. King h8 is an interesting choice. It's a very prophylactic move. Like a true King's Indian aficionado. Wow, look at this. The wow. Wow chips. I don't know. This is kind of weird. But I am not a big fan of knights on g3. A knight on g3 might well be worse than a dark square bishop. Ironically, he lets me go to d6 to get his white square bishop. Deal. I much prefer the white square bishop if you're going to give me a choice. If you insist. If you insist. Now it's an IMZO. Flimzo. A relatively flimsy Nimzo, otherwise known as a flimzo. Non-standard development with bishop a3. I guess I could try c3. That's cool. Outside the box move. Chippy the pawn. You know you want to play f5. You just can't wait to play f5. I have a rook here. Just dropped in exchange. It's a good sacrifice. Probably not a bad sacrifice, objectively. No, no, no. No, no. Mm-hmm. You had that move. Man, I wish I had something here. Knight takes d4 with a rook invasion. I have knight g5. Undermining the center. And then f4. That's the move that may or may not work. Yeah. Alright, thanks for the game. Vichy the player was tied for first, so he was the only one with a perfect score. Fuzzy Logic. The mysterious Fuzzy Logic. Aldisto still playing. Let's see what's happening. It's not all about me, Mr. Slow. It's one of Aldisto's Sicilians. But he didn't play h5. That's really strange. He's like obsessed with playing h5. He didn't get it in. Not today. White is better. No, the FIDE Arena is not worth anything. It's not worth the paper it's printed on. They like just want people's money. It's ridiculous. FIDE is a scam. They're basically a scam. It wasn't always like that. I mean, it's supposed to be like the International Chess Organization. But more and more, it's just about like making money. They charge exorbitant amounts to like rate tournaments and then make up titles so they can have more money. You won't find any fans of FIDE here. I mean, I have my FIDE title, but there is no other game in town. Well, to get a master title, like, you can have like a national master title from like a national rating for a country or something like that. I can be a national master in the United States Chess Federation. I am. I mean, it doesn't have as much clout. FIDE is the only internationally recognized chess rating. Really, there may be some other, but not seriously. No love for FIDE here. Mr. Slowhand, this proves why he's a dangerous 1900. He's taking out Aldisto, played really tough against me. But he is a good player. Congratulations to Mr. Slow. Upset victory. So we got more games still going. No, that's it. Alright, so I'm alone at 4. Mr. Slow and Yevgeny, who I've played them already, are on 3. I've played all the 3 players on 3 out of 4. Fuzzy Logic on 2.5 will have to play me. Barring some kind of weird color thing. You can't play someone twice in the same tournament, which is cool about the Swisses. It's ridiculous when you play the same person like 4 times in 10 rounds. Those are the 2 things I don't like about the arenas. Like playing the same player 4 times out of 10 games, and the fact that you have to play like really strong players straight out of the gate. But it looks like a hard-fought tournament. Lots of good players. Uber Driver, and Rookman entered the game. Entered the tournament. Late. Uber Driver's late and then absent. How do you do that? How do you get late and then absent? You'd be absent, or late. How does it work? You can only have 1 bye? I never came late to a Swiss tournament. You got 21 players, guys. Oms had to leave, unfortunately. So Fuzzy Logic I just don't know anything about him. We've played 20 games, and I still don't even have like a... I don't even have like a rough idea, anything about them. It's so weird. You think after playing someone 20 games, you'd have some concept of what they are. Arms is back. It is late. There was this guy, Boris Krebs. He had like throat cancer or something from smoking. I don't know, he had one of those voice simulators, and it was funny. He was a strong like candidate master. He played my friend. He was like, offered him a draw. He said no. My friend said no. And then later, when my friend was losing, he offered Krebs a draw. And Krebs had like the voice simulator thing, and he was like, it is late. He sounded like the Terminator. It was kind of funny. We still joke about that. The guy just totally dissed him. Alright, I've been playing castles lately. Bishop e7. And fuzzy logic. Oh, bishop e2. So you played e4. Somebody played like e3. I've had 2 games of the e3 last week, which is really weird. What's up with these e3 people? Dude, fuzzy logic, you're really... that's a little odd, dude. You're hanging your central pawn. You almost faked me out with that. That's funny. Fuzzy Logic's just playing too much bullet chess or something. He's just like insta-moving. Just hung his central pawn for nothing. But it's really odd that you would play knight f1, because it was just the other day ironically that the exact same concept was played against me in the same variation. Someone playing knight f1 before castling. Like, what's the chance of that? The only person I met was Jay Bonin. Played knight f1 in the Bogo Indian before castling. Now it's happening like every game. Extremely rare plan. Fuzzy Logic, what is his deal? He's like used no time. I'm 100% certain at this point that Fuzzy Logic is like a... It's got to be a Smurf account for someone else. They don't really talk because they don't want to give out... They don't want to give away their Smurf identity, I guess. Smurfdom. I'm up a pawn here, but it's kind of hard to play. I need to make place for my pieces. Look at this. Seriously. What is the Fuzzy Logic agenda? To just play as fast as you can? I don't understand. So who else do we know who does this? It's like Cheesy Noob. It's basically a Cheesy Noob Smurf account? Is that what it is? Because I don't like it when people do this, Fuzzy Logic. It defeats the purpose of my stream. The mindless bullet chess in 5+3 time control. I'm trying to think who does that, and I think it's Cheesy Noob. Your main focus is to move as fast as humanly possible in a 5+3 time control. Let's see what they've been playing. I'm not going to analyze their games or something, but it's like 5 plus 3, 5 plus 3, 3 plus 0, 15, 3 plus 0, 3 plus 0. So he's playing Super Blitz arenas. It's all Super Blitz arenas. Then some 10 rapids. So basically he plays only 3 plus 0 time control, and that's why he's playing like basically enhanced bullet. I came to realize the 3 plus 0 is just slow bullet. That's why I'm so bad at it. But it's not a recipe for success in 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 we have to think and play like real chess. Why can't we play real chess? Why do we have to play mindlessly? If I want to play mindlessly, I can do that on a streamer mega battle. I literally have no time to let's say consider, because it's my move constantly. It's just constantly your move. You know how annoying that is? It's extremely annoying, dude. It's always my move. And that pisses me off when people do that. Now they do it in what am I trying to say? They're doing it in correspondence. Please don't challenge me to correspondence and then play like it's bullet chess. It would make sense if it was a cheesy noob Smurf account. Smurfs. But I don't know, Cheesy Noob has a much stronger score. I'm probably completely off base. But who else plays as fast? Around 1950 to 2000. Let's say 2000. The 3-0. BGs. The BGs. What if I take on G4? You have a threat? Oh, that's evil. Oh, that's so sick. He can sack on E6. Lichess, tactics trainer. Hello. Zzz. All right. Practicing with the tactics puzzles. I'm a buzzsaw. Asterbate would see that one. 5. It's too obvious though for a tactics puzzle. You're just your attention is completely drawn to the H file. It's totally, and but it's artistic though. I mean, normally it wouldn't work, but his rook's on E2, so he doesn't have an escape square. The escape square, the critical feature of that position, tactic only working because of rook E2. All right, we've got 5 points. Yevgeny on 4. I can't stop him. Mr. Slow with 3. Who's still playing? And Tony with a time. Master time. Is this a Spanish? Okay, equal material. Rook's under attack. Black has been put on notice. He has more time, but this is increment chess. So be careful, ladies and gentlemen. How's your Chigorin knight feeling, Antony? Not really, like, he's joining in the reindeer games with the other reindeers. Oh, 94. Is that a legal move? Uh-oh. So -1 reindeer, Black still managed to take the initiative here. Sans reindeer. And Vichy, the player, is actually lucky he can even defend that. He's lucky he's not losing outright. Thank God for small things. Knight H4. Now we have a knight on H4 and a knight on A5. I think I'm going to start getting drunk and doing commentary of major tournaments while I'm drunk. That's probably my ticket to stardom. Far more entertaining than trying to provide educational chess streams. You like that, Mr. Coffee? Drunk legends of chess. It would be totally popular. As Gawain Jones once said, I only drink to make other people interesting. I'm sure he stole the quote from someone. But someone I know attributed it to him. This is like a long time ago. Man, that's a weird move. Rook F8. It's a weird move. Why would you play Rook F8 there? Close range is not where you want your rooks. Rooks are long range pieces. Why not like Rook A7 or something in that position? He has at least a draw after Rook A7. King G8, King H8 is mate. He had Rook A7 check, King G8 with very scary threats, but instead plays like Rook F8. I'm not even sure what the threat is. So it was like to defend, but that's silly. And then Tony just panics. He could have played Rook takes C3. Very sharp knight in game, probably a draw. There's just not much material left here. But it's a pawn down. Pawns is pawns. That was badly played by White. He could have even defended his pawn. All knight in games are draws. Wow. That was lucky. Well, you might have even had a chance to play for a win there. All rook and pawn endgames. All rook pawn endgames are draws. Okay, guys, it was pretty sloppy. But let's just call it a draw. Very sloppy endgame by both sides. Usually the player missed a lot of opportunities in the latter part of this game, but Black had the initiative for a little moment. Alright, back to tournament. So guys, next round's up. We got 5 rounds in the books. I'm in first place, Yevgeny second, Vichy the player third. Aldisto has been subjected to 2 losses. Mr. Slow also dropped 2 games. Antoni's on 50%. Fuzzy Logic. Ludlud, a new player to our team. Oms is back after a break. Dinekis with 2 points. Total of 21 players. DK Guy took a couple games off to have dinner with the family. Now he's back. And then finally, Como Kid. Como Kid just forfeited. Alright. 35 seconds. Very, very many errors in the end game, but I wish mine were perfect. So, easy to criticize other people. It's so much more fun being a commentator than having the stress of playing. That's why I made a joke, well, half joke about drunk analysis. I'm more funny when I'm drunk, for sure. So, it would be much more entertaining. And another tough player, Aldisto, with 3 points out of 5, but in the money. In the running, not in the money. He's in the running. So I've had enough of those Sicilians against him. We've got our English, right? So I always get the floor Mykonos. But is that a knight f3 move order? I'm playing like, no, c4, knight f6, knight c3, e6. What if I don't feel like doing that today? Let's try something different. I mean, I love this line, and I have an almost perfect score against him with e4. Am I thinking of something else? I'm thinking of something else. I'm sorry. Knight f3, knight c6, then e3, e5. He doesn't allow that right away. Well, 21 players, they're not really 21 players, because some people have dropped out and stuff. Yeah, it's a tough tournament if you're under 2,000 or under 1,900, let's say, I think. I don't remember. We probably played this before, but it's been a while. I tried to mix it up a little bit. Because Alistair and I have played now 111 games. He's a good player, but I think that he would probably benefit from more theoretical knowledge in the opening. It's hard to have less than me. I'm not really a specialist in openings. I like openings, I like to study openings, but it's never been my specialty. A lot of IMs, my level, are like Grandmaster level in opening prep. Probably that's the reason why I'm not a Grandmaster. One of the main reasons. If I had had great opening prep, I could have been a GM. Could have been a contender. But this is not a bad setup. He likes to play Queen c7, not castle. This is a strategy of Aldisto. He's a little too... maybe a little too faithful to. A little predictable. Here an interesting idea is e3 followed by d4. I play the symmetrical English with black. So I'm going to try to get you in the center. Blam. Not lead trade pieces. a6 is logical. He's about to get blown away by d5. You know, it's much easier to play a position if you've played from the opponent's perspective before, which I have. I've played a lot of c4, c5 in the last 15 years. So the last thing we want to do here is trade pieces. And again, he's about to get blown away. That would officially blow him away. He likes to leave his king in the center and play things like h5, h4 wing attacks, but you can't do that here. He's also playing the non-theoretical stuff with white, the wing gambit against the Sicilian. It's okay, but I think, you know, not that dangerous. If you guys follow my stream and I comment on your game, and I don't mean it in a negative way, I mean, I'm looking at it like how can I constructively criticize you guys to help you be better players? I want to open the position here. King in the center, queen possibly exposed on c7. White has no faults. My bishop is restricted, but then again, so is his. So white is clearly better because of king safety and queen exposure. Knight e5 looks vicious, but he can probably just bite the bullet and castle. The downside of knight e5 is that it's not really a developing move. Knight e5 castles knight d5, knight d5, bishop d5, knight e5, bishop b7. I'm just up a clear pawn there. So it does put pressure on him. You can just forget about it if he takes twice on e5. I think so. Forget about it. The Godfather. Welcome to the stream, guys. International Master William Pascal. We're hosting our own Pawnda Blitz tournament with the Pawnda. Luckily, the Schieberspieler, our honorary team captain, not here now today, so I can quietly sneak in a tournament victory under the radar while our FIDE Master elect is not here. Yeah, rook d8. Understandable. So this is what I looked at as well. Queen problem. He is going to get away. His king is going to get away. I don't appear to have any obvious tactics. I know, Padre Antonio, that's sweet. You like that organized score. That was like the time when I got paired white, white, black, black, white, white, black, black. In my last rapid tournament, I thought that was very, very nice. I never had 4 double colors in a tournament before. Alright, so No obvious move here to put black away. Rook e1 is a standard move. But now what? That's all I can really muster, and then you've either got something or you don't. Botvinnikian School of Defense. So Aldisto hunkers down on e4. I didn't expect this move. I was expecting rook e8. I think it's significantly dangerous. Possibly a good idea. Rook takes. I got rook takes. It's a nasty pin. What am I going to do after bishop e4, knight e4, bishop e4, d5? What are you going to do? You're going to take my knight on e5 for free? We're clearly better, but I don't know if I'm winning. And I'm going to lose on time. Bishop e4, pawn takes. Knight takes c6. Isn't that just game? Yeah. This has to be game. Triple upperpuss. Primitive tactics. I've got d5. That's the killer. He could defend with rook d6 and rook c8, but d5 is over. How do you get a buy? You send me some money on PayPal, and I'll hook it up for you. Did I just blunder? No, it's okay. Maybe not the safest way of doing it. Yeah, he's not giving up. What? So, you win the piece, right? Queen takes queen. Rook takes queen. Rook takes bishop. But now I have rook d3. Oof. Maybe it's not winning. You have time. I mean, I'm coming pretty close to screwing this up. I don't know if this is even winning. Winning according to the engine, but it's not that simple. I let that get a little too close. Okay, we've got another request to join the team from Kareem1351. But I don't think you can join our tournament. He was blocked probably for repeated challenges. Alright. Please don't repeatedly challenge me. But you're welcome to join the team. Bribery to win the tournament. Bribery. Damn it, I clicked on the wrong thing. Here. History. Alright guys, that was a little bit sloppy, but we're down to 3 games left. Vishy the player in second, Yevgeny in third, Mr. Sloan tied for third with the worst tiebreak. Om's coming back with 3. Oms, how are you in 5th place with 3 points out of 6? Mr. Spoiler, how do you even get in this situation to get to play me with just 3 points out of 6? Dude, I'm 3 points ahead of him on the score. How is it possible? That's ridiculous. How does somebody who has 50%? Seriously. What a crazy tournament. I have 6 points, Oms has 3, and we're getting paired in the 7th round. He doesn't even have a plus score. That's ridiculous. He's got a good opening repertoire. That's my problem. So not a lot of the original 20 plus players are playing. They're sitting out. We need more incentive. No, D5. Now C5. Right away. Now you play C4. And we're going to transpose to your favorite variation if I'm not careful here. E6. I have the same game in a correspondence game with Oms right now. It's really funny. Funny, haha. We have exactly the same game. I had this game with Miklos Galyash in the All-Star Arena I play in on Thursday nights. I played it like twice against him. Once I got a decent position, the second time I had a horrible position but saved it. So I don't understand this though. Well, I guess I understand it, but I mean, can I play b5 now? Maybe there's some move for white here, but my idea would be this. Oms didn't make this move order against me in the correspondence game, but we can't let him settle in. I feel like this move is risky but mandatory here. I don't have to take. Is white drifting in kind of like a weird, into weird Banco territory, like BC, bishop c4, d6, knight c3, knight on bd7, e4, bishop g7. It's not a big deal, right? My my Batman like Benko instincts are kicking in. I know this isn't really good here necessarily, but it could be. But mainly I just want to get developed. Probably bishop g7, maybe d7 and castles. Black should be okay. It's maybe not a great position, but enough that it's like weird for Alms to deal with. Like you don't play the e3 Queen's Indian expecting to have it transposed to the Benko, right? We want to keep him off balance, turning Queen's Indians into Benkos. You got to keep him off balance with weird ideas. Alms has a very fixed, regimented repertoire. It's hard to get him out of it, but if you can get him out of it, you're probably golden. He's not as strong in strange positions, alien positions. He knows his positions really, really well. We've got 77 games. This is number 78. He's got about 50%. My score. 33% score against me, which isn't bad. So he's Candidate Master, 2200 max rating, maybe higher. You have to reach at least 2200 to get the Candidate Master title. Now you could get as high as 2299. Without reaching FIDE Master. So his peak rating is somewhere between 2200 and 2299 FIDE, presumably. Candidate Master is a rather new title. You know, it's only been around for a limited number of years now. I think it's kind of FIDE's way of trying to make more money. They want to increase the number of titles. I feel like there's enough titles, but it's cool. Yeah, it's like National Master for FIDE. It's true there wasn't anything really there in that zone, but it's awfully close to FIDE Master. I feel like the two titles are too close together. It's gotten to the point where it's almost like unrecognizable, the difference. I'm just going to play castles and get out of here. Get out of here while the getting's good. In your youth, you had Candidate Master 2. Soviet title. Wow. So you're from, like, East Germany? I had a girlfriend who grew up. She was a chess player too. I had a girlfriend who grew up. She's probably maybe the same generation as you. She was like a 1800 player. Yeah, Eastern Germany. I haven't seen her in a long time, but I got a clock from her. I remember one of those old German wind-up clocks. Knight takes e5. Yeah, so the Russians were big on Candidate Master. Soviets, I should say. But the Soviet concept of a Candidate Master was freaking strong. You know, basically, in the Soviet system, what Alms is talking about, they were like stronger than today's FIDE Masters. Something like close to IM. It was really hard to get the Russian Master title, what he's talking about. You got to be really good. That's a serious title. I don't know if it's changed in modern history, but the classic Russian Master title was pretty strong. When people would come to the U.S., they would immigrate in the early 90s, and they said they were like, you know, they had Russian Master title. You're like, okay. Yeah, there was like, if they were like Soviet Master title, they were like 2400 U.S. chess. Very serious title. So here, what do I have? Knight takes d5, rook takes d5. Smells like tactics. There's nothing really concrete here. I like to put my bishops on long diagonals and take things. An old saying of a friend of mine. Bombs is good. Very principled play. He's also a Tarash player with black. He's very much playing this as if... He's playing this almost as if he was like black in the Tarash defense. I got knight f5 now. I'm just not really sure I'm threatening anything in this position. It's nice to have an isolated pawn on d5 to attack, but in all seriousness, like, the Soviet master title was strong. So bishop g5, I wasn't sweating this. I thought I have h6. Get out of here. Already dealt with. But anyways, still, white is fine. Black is fine, white is fine. You saw I could win a pawn here, maybe with bishop takes c3, but it's major, major concession. Speaking of concessions, this is a bad move. Alms is too busy focusing on reminiscing. Bishop f4, he knows better. This is better. Even bishop d2. Then I have bishop d5. So it's a blitz game. I don't like bishop e3. I don't like it. Still, he's okay. But he made, I feel like, a significant concession, giving up his rather valuable dark square bishop. Even so, my advantage is minuscule. I think I can win a pawn now. But I think I can't because I had hallucinations. Damn it. I still can't win the pawn. And now he's coming back with a vengeance. Give me a break here. This is crazy what I'm doing. Like, blatantly out of my mind. Wow. Yeah, I just kind of played on his time pressure there. I'm not sure that was really kosher, what I was doing. E6 was kind of like a dirty trick. I doubt that's 100% sound. Maybe you can just like play rook e2 and take on e6 and actually defend e2. And my structure is worse. I feel like I just sort of played for time in that game. But I knew nothing else would work, you know, so I had to try something sort of unsound to beat him. The best way to beat him is with unsound chess. Yevgeny, Vichy the player, Mr. Slowhand, Aldisto, Uber driver, Alms. Om's had a perfect score, so somebody had to put him in his place. He's like the Esserman tournament system, where he comes in, beats a weak player, leaves the tournament, comes back a couple rounds later, plays a 1500. No, I'm just kidding. You had some good players. Uber driver. Who else? He beat Dinekis, who's underrated. No, wait. Anyway, guys, Vichy the player. Yeah, Rookie 2 is an ugly move, but if it works, it works, and I don't have anything. Exactly. It is an ugly move. It's passive and looks awkward because your bishop's on f1. But if that's my only thing, like, you've got a bishop on f1 protecting g2, and f2 is protected. I was probably, like, equal, but not better in that position, objectively. Man, Mr. Slowhand is the endgame grinder today. He's turning into Richard Ropport. Wow. Bishop with the outside pawn. She's the player with the defense. Awkward defense here. Oh my god, Rookie 5. Defending the bishop. Keep it up, man. That outside A pawn is a killer. Suddenly things are not so clear anymore. Very sharp situation. Both sides with outside pawns. White has to be really careful here. Blundered in exchange. Could be dangerous. I wish the player with the good technique. He was clearly worse, but he stayed in the game and got counterplay. It was a nice idea to play h4. How many games have I lost like this with white? And then suddenly the unexpected happens. Wow. Now it's a mess. King comes back on the diagonal. What is going on? Wow. 3 connectors. This one is pushed up too far ahead of his brothers. Oh man, this is awkward. Maybe it's a draw. I'm not sure that's a good move. Probably not the best moves there by both sides. No, you need to blockade. So what's the truth here? It's a draw, probably. You play bishop h1. How does black make progress? No, it's winning according to the engine. No. Previous move. Bishop h1. Wow, it's winning. f3 check. So you're just winning because of f3 check here, and king f4, and then g3. Everything's with check. So was it lost all the way? I mean, I know it doesn't really matter. Like, black was winning before. Yeah, so he's so far out that it's lost anyway. Here it's a draw. No, it's losing. Okay. No, you can't trust the engine. You have to go by the table base. It's always lost. Well, you underestimated black's counterplay in that endgame, Mr. Sloan. But it's a tough game. It was a tough game. You were probably winning, but the king side wasn't resolved. Alright, so Yevgeny's solid today. 5 points out of 7. Vichy the player, Mr. Slowhand are done. So this is not up to date. Ready to go. Spoiler number 2. Want to keep Uber Driver out of theory. He's a chess historian and opening expert, theorist. But at least you don't have to feel bad that you missed Bishop H1, Mr. Slowhand. I didn't even know if you were lost. I didn't calculate that far. But obviously you've got to give Bishop H1 the college try. At least give it a college try. You might not want to let him queen there. You have the peace of mind of knowing you had a lost position anyway. After D6, no, after G6, it's Benko Fischer. G6, E4. A system I've used on occasion. Try to trip people up. Never had a lot of luck with it. I normally don't like to allow the reverse Pierts. But against Uber Driver, something off the beaten tracks probably. Make him think a lot. Your only chance to beat him is on the clock, basically. Can I beat him on the clock? Guys, please support the stream if you can. Subscribe and donate. I appreciate it very, very much. We're going to be back on Wednesday. Classical Pierts reversed. I was just telling someone not to allow this. One of my students. One of my students showed me a game yesterday where his opponent played Bishop D6. That's a particularly bad square for the bishop because it's obstructed by its own pawns. So Uber Driver understands classical Pierts theory a little bit better. Now we're going to play color reversed Pierts. Sebe Attila. The epic game where he beat me with 2 minutes against 15. We played a rapid tournament and Attila came 13 minutes late to a 15-minute game and beat me anyway. That was really embarrassing, and it just, there was no increment. That's the really sickest part. Sudden death, 2 minutes against 30. It was like psychological. He's like giving me time odds. Still can't believe it. It was like on one of those old Soviet clocks. Like there's no way I should ever lose. So already Uber Driver went off the track with A6, although maybe it's hard to suggest a better move. Is it possible to play E4 instead of A6? It's like a Nefedov move. Maybe we just have to bite the bullet and play E4 and go for it. Sharpness 5. That's basically what Sebe did. He set up A6 and the queenside expansion, and my whole position like collapsed. I tried to play normal moves, I mean, for a while. But it's hard to play when someone gives you massive time odds, I find. Alright, so what do I do now? You gotta break his center. C3 is almost mandatory. You want to attack with the flank pawn, not with the central pawn. Keep the central pawn for defense and central control. Attack with the flank pawn. He doesn't have to take there. So now it's basically a dragon, like a classical dragon reversed. Fortunate that I played the dragon in the English opening. That's the virtue of having like a really wide opening repertoire where stuff can kind of meld into each other. It looks like a good English for white now. I dare you to play e4. Double dare you. I triple dare you to play e4 here. I want to be Petrosian Tigran. So now knight h4 can be met by the convenient bishop h7. Uber driver, the Yefim Geller of my stream. How's your long diagonal hanging? Ouch. Alright, guys. Are you telling me I don't have anything here? After that lame retreating move? Was knight e2 a mistake? What am I supposed to do? Hi, there it is. I could play knight a4, but then e4. I feel like I'm going completely wrong now. Man. I just lost my mind. It'd be better to play like knight e4. Just, I have a very small edge after knight e4. Bishop h3. Knight c4 is dumb. The best variation here would be like bishop c6, queen c6, knight e5, queen d2, mate. Then it's time to just hang up your hat and go home. But I mean, this was a seriously dumb idea, I think. We'll see. I wanted to put pressure on the e5 pawn. Maybe I'm selling my position short. Looks like a Mora gambit where I'm not up a pawn. Love development. I love extra pawns, 7th ranks, whatever. Extra pawns, central control. Getting rooks on the 7th rank. Totally dominating. Better king, f4. Tagline. Better for white. What happened here? Give me that pawn. Give me. Yummy. Delicious. How about f6? This is much better than I was expecting. Oh, he did f6. Wow. Do I get a rook trapped? Does he have some crazy tactics? Rook d7? No. d7 is cool. I have this really good maneuver here. What's he gonna do? He's probably listening to the stream, so I shouldn't say any suggestions. With some people I can say, I can make suggestions. Uber driver might be too good for that. Knight e3. Yeah, he's got these nasty traps. OMG. Oh, I have it. Knight e3. There. It looks like he's going to hold that. So I have to move my rook again? For real? bishop on b2 just isn't cutting it. Screw it. I'm changing plans. He had all these traps where he's like trapping my rook and on d7 and stuff. We're just slightly better. Man, dude. Damn, how's that king safety? I feel like we're playing the Berlin defense now. Damn, dude. Nice Berlin defense, Uber driver. Where's Kramnik? Unbelievable. I probably have to take. All that to win a stinking pawn? To win an important stinking pawn? Unbelievable. He's going to draw this from a lost position or close to lost position. He almost plays perfectly when you let him get to this kind of situation. I've seen this routine before. The last time was the Ops Color Bishop Endgame, where he turned into God from a lost position. He almost hasn't lost a game in 20 games against me. Whoever he is, he has a lot of experience and very good technique. I better get my bishop and knight and game on. I mean, the bishop and knight mate. Man, you better be careful against this guy too, because he's very, very tricky. Is it mate yet? Oh my god. I think it is. He's got mate now. Instantly found that. It's like the first blunder in 3 years he made against me. I think it was a draw. I'm probably drawing like up 2 pawns there. Wow. Almost unbeatable. Merle Driver. Good game, Merle Driver. Alright. How's the Uber treating you? So a lot of people dropped out. I expect you to stay in the tournament forever. So we got one game. Vichy the player. It's always Vichy the player. Alms. Nice battle. So Vichy the player's down an exchange. Tough fortress attempt here. Practical drawing chances. Black objectively should have good chances to win. This is key. Obviously, though, I mean, white can't really... I mean, black can't force connected past pawns. White has an F pawn. It's very, very tedious to attempt to defend such a position, though. For Vichy the player. But Tourney, you don't have any points? You should leave and get a free point. It's a tough tournament. Just missed winning a rook there. I mean a bishop, and that may be a serious mistake, dude. Because Vichy the player now has a dangerous outside pass pawn. This is looking a little bit like that the other game we just saw. Whoa. Very technical position. Now the king switches sides. Alms may well be winning. He managed to get his king to the right place. King c7, not a good move here. Blunder with that. That's a little better than king c7. How's our stalemate chances? Unfortunately, stalemating with a bishop on the board is generally a difficult concept. Now Vichy the player's king got into a awkward spot. I'm not liking our chances here of defending this. Candidate master for a reason. With a bye, you could get to 4th place if Aldisto loses. That's awesome. I'm trying to repeat Schieberspieler's all-time record. Stalemate's looking kind of unlikely here. It's got it worked out. That's it. Getting through. Getting through to you. We're getting through to you. Wednesday, guys. Fun openings Wednesday. Coming your way tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. CEST. Please donate and support the stream, guys. We had a donation today from Mr. Slow. Anybody else? Do I hear a second donation or a subscription or something to let me know you're all real and still alive? Appreciation for my almost perfect score in today's Pawnda Swiss Blitz. Anticipation of my almost perfect score. Alms on Twitch, thank you. He appreciates the perfect score. 8-0. I'm trying to keep up with Schieberspieler because he got the last tournament he was 7-0. That was the last one was it was rapid, right? 7-0. Mr. Coffee, thank you. But you don't count, man. You're always supporting the stream. You do count, man. Thank you. Seriously. We rely on Mr. Coffee too much. He's here as a moderator almost every stream. Just that alone is massive. Thank you, man. Donations in bits form from Oms and Mr. Coffee, 123 and 100. Thank you, guys. 5 seconds to the last round. And Tourney. How about a buy? Would you like a buy? Can I buy a Val? Alright, training game. Antoni's going to a tournament at the end of the month. Hopefully. So this is an unofficial training game. I've run out of opponents to play. If I was a nice guy, I would just give him a draw. But it wouldn't be fair to the people I beat on. But he's been studying with Grandmaster Avruk, the white side of the Fianchetto King's Indian. Schieberspieler, what's up? Yeah, I'm taking advantage of my opportunity to control the tournament. I want to lay down some domination while you're not here. You're not supposed to be here watching. So I played this sort of Solstice variation with C6, Kavalek Solstice system a lot. It's not that good, but I spent a lot of time playing it. Now it's like ingrained in my brain. I really like Andy Soltis. He's got good ideas. He's been retired for years from playing chess actively, but there's this book called Confessions of a Grandmaster, where a lot of Soltis books aren't that great. You know, he's one of the most prolific authors, but his book Confessions of a Grandmaster is like real stories and games from his practice. A lot of ideas in the King's Indian. But Andy used to play this religiously. He's a really, really good King's Indian and Dragon player. But let's see, Antoni might be prepared. I've been kind of hiding from the King's Indian lately. You're also drunk. What does that mean? Alright, so first of all, Bishop G4. I won a game against Wojciech, but it was sketchy. Soltis never played that. He always plays E5. I have friends who are like experts in these E5 lines, but I don't know them as well as the Bishop G4. Roman started teaching me this years ago, but I ran into some problems. I think it's better to play E5. I played other moves too, but H3 is more commonly faced than E4. I don't know what your buddy Avruk recommends. This is my game with Wojciech. 1994. No, it might have been later. It might have been 95. We're still in my game with Alec. He lost, and after the game he was like complaining that he was on antibiotics. That's why. That was funny. He lost. I never heard this excuse before. I mean, I know that like antibiotics can give you diarrhea or whatever, like some sort of mild side effects. But I never heard anyone, like, it's one thing to say, like, I lost because I'm sick, but I never heard anyone say, like, they lost because they were on antibiotics. I just thought it was kind of a funny excuse. This was what Alec played against me, Rook B1. Probably the game is in Antoni's prep. I thought it was the same game, but now I'm having doubts. I'm starting to have doubts. I mean, did he play queen takes f3? No, it was definitely bishop takes f3. 97 rook b1. Theory. Bad moves are not theory. You're giving black's position too much credit by calling it theory. It's just a shoddy variation that doesn't work. Shoddy variations that don't work are not theory. You know, probably this game never made it in the database, dude. Ironically. This is bad. I must have played c5 against Alec. I don't remember what I played. I could have played this idiotic move too. I don't think so. So I ended up checkmating him on the king side. Unbelievable. In this position, this kind of position, I checkmated Wojtkiewicz. It's unbelievable that could happen. Like, the position totally transformed somehow. Yeah, I've played queen b6 and queen b5. It's all queen a5. It's all garbage. No, queen a5 is alright if you play like Soltis recommends with e5. But that's the only way to play. Probably for black. But white has to be a really knowledgeable, skilled player to navigate. It's like Shrek and Donkey. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Donkey. So, I'll just hang out. Is my queen trapped yet? That's the joke. That's, you guys don't get it, but is my queen trapped yet? Are we there yet, Donkey? Basically like knight a6, knight a4, and you can say your last goodbyes. Probably. One more move and I'm done. I have to get out now with queen b6. I've had a few queens trapped before, Antony, and I can feel it coming. Knight a6, knight a4, hasta la vista. Here, it's not too late for me. I think we're alright. We've managed to kind of quell the savage beast. Black's position is shoddy, but it's playable. Only slightly better. Balkush! What's up? We'll swindle him from this dubious position. It's not that bad, though, as long as my queen doesn't get trapped. It takes a very skilled master to exploit white's advantage here. I wish my queen were on like b8 maybe. I remember now, like, Wojtkiewicz played b4 pretty early against me. The game was completely different. I'm not sure how it happened. I have the game, but I don't think it was submitted to like the database. I have it somewhere in my memorable wins. Yeah, we gotta act fast for this deal to be effective. Never ever put your pieces outside of the pawn chain, kids. Keep them inside the pawn chain. The exoskeleton should be on the outside of your pawn chain. Wait, is this better? And Tourney doing a great job here. Future 2100. Well, I'm surprised by d5. I thought you play very flexibly now with f4. d5 looks a little committal. It's probably not bad. Committable. Commendable. Back to knight a6 again. Just let me get a little bit of a foothold on the dark squares, dude. And we'll be in business. He's not letting me get a real oof. Ooh. No. I feel like we've seen this before. Not good, dude. You can't play that move. That is... Oh no, now we do this. We have tactics. Damn it. Queen b6. Cat. There's knight a4 then, burning me again. No, I'm on his queen. I'm on his queen. It's a accelerated dragon. Damn it, this isn't that clear. I was looking at queen f6, but again he has white square stuff with e5. It's all like the Wizard of Oz. All the interesting variations are behind the scenes. The game seems boring, but all the fun stuff, you know, happens just in theory. Wait a minute now. Alright, I guess I gotta do something. Damn it, dude. Material's even. You didn't take my rook. I just faked him out. I tried to keep a straight face. Years of playing poker. My rook was just hanging. Fading fast here. Wow. That was hard. Like, there was total silence and my rook is hanging. Unbelievable. Embarrassing. Thomas Streinson. There's no time to say, hey, Will, what's up? I can't believe I hung a full rook. And I'm hallucinating to make it worse. What am I doing? I'm gonna lose the same game twice? Wow, dude. This game was a horror show. Horror show. Horror show. What? It was a horror show. Total panic meltdown. First I'm hanging rooks, and then he's hanging rooks, and man. Stop threatening me. The guy is seriously determined to hurt me. Stopping my pawn, no. I resist that. He was totally winning a rook. It's embarrassing. And then maybe winning again. I had the weirdest hallucination, guys. I thought like his rook would be hanging here. It's so weird, like in my mind there was no pawn in e5. So I swear to God, like when I took on g3 on the next move, I thought the rook was hanging. And then he plays like a5 and I'm like, wait a minute, I can't take his rook. Wait, it's g5 and then g takes f4. It's going to take me 3 moves to take his rook. Like you might be winning here. The a pawn's just too fast. Wow. So I just hold on. g5. According to Engine, our only chance. What is this? a7. Bishop takes e5. I could sack a queen. Oh my god. This is like... Wow. What a cool position. He's up a rook here. That's unbelievable. Unjustin Bieberable. I have enough compensation for the rook. But I think the clear win of a rook and Tourney would have been game over earlier. No, but good job. You made one bad move, bishop c5, which is incomprehensible. You did a good job. You did a good job to nullify my advantage here. This judgment about this position, this is ridiculous. It's like a draw. It's unreal. I think I made a mistake before when I played queen b6, but it's the best move. Jesus. You should be like taken to a firing squad for playing bishop takes c5. I mean, this is such a bad move. Seriously, bishop takes c5 here? You gave away all your advantage in one move. No one should be allowed to continue to play chess after making that move. You have such a beautiful position. But after bishop takes c5, you're lucky you're not lost. This, you should walk the plank for this. This is ridiculous. I can't believe you're okay. Too drunk to calculate properly. Look, my rook is hanging. And I was down to 12 seconds, so I panicked. But it's a draw, man. This is a draw. You're getting into my position. Alright, guys. Thanks for playing in the tournament. Sparkler's first. Perfect score, sort of. Vichy the player. Wow. Vichy the player lost against me. And he lost one game against Alms and allowed a draw with Tourney, of all people. Nice performance from Vichy the player with 2300 performance. Yevgeny with also good score, 5.5. So, excellent result for those guys. I mean, Alms, DK Guy, and Aldisto are higher rated. And Vichy the player and Yevgeny finished ahead of them. So, very credible results. So, Alms. Okay, Alms. Alms just basically took 3 critical rounds off. So, he probably would have finished second. DK Guy also taking 2 critical rounds off. So those guys just taking it easy. Aldisto wouldn't even score. Mr. Slow wouldn't even score against a strong field. Ludlud, Uber Driver somehow lost a game to me. Uber Driver's all-time record of 3 losses in one tournament on lichess today. Who the heck beat him other than me? Yevgeny beat him. Alms beat him, and I beat him. Wow. DNAC is in 10th place. Thanks to you guys for playing. And don't get drunk like Tourney. But anyway, guys, tomorrow, seriously, we're going to be back. Thanks for the support. We'll be playing Unusual Openings tomorrow at 10 a.m. No, sorry, 11 a.m. Hey, guys, what's up? 11 a.m. CET. CEST. 11 a.m. Weird openings. Fun openings with instructive and educational chess. Thanks everybody for watching. Congratulations, Sparkle Horse, first place, Vichy the player, second place, and Yevgeny Viktorovich with third. Thanks everybody for playing and supporting the stream.
Bye bye. Bye bye.